Hey Taurus, welcome back. I just sat down to pull cards for you, and the energy coming through is absolutely remarkable. This is a general reading for entertainment purposes, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm interpreting the energy I see in these cards, and this isn't meant to replace professional advice. But what I'm picking up here is something truly special. Before I even pulled the first card, I could feel this surge of abundance energy, this sense of something massive shifting in your world. When the cards started appearing, they confirmed everything I was sensing. This reading is about wealth, Taurus, but not just financial wealth. We're talking emotional abundance, recognition, people finally seeing your value, opportunities that seem almost too good to be true. There's someone in your energy who's been thinking about you deeply, someone who actually shed tears over memories of you. The universe is preparing to deliver rewards that are going to leave you speechless. I'm seeing major expansion, resources flowing from unexpected sources, and a complete transformation in how you experience prosperity. The energy feels like everything you've been building toward is finally clicking into place. Your patience, your hard work, your dedication to doing things the right way, it's all about to pay off in ways that exceed what you thought possible. The first card I pulled is the Ace of Pentacles, and Taurus, when I saw this appear, I actually felt chills run through me. This is the card of new financial beginnings, material manifestation, and tangible opportunities landing in your physical reality. The ace shows a hand emerging from clouds, offering a golden coin surrounded by lush greenery and blooming flowers. There's a garden beneath with a pathway leading to mountains in the distance, symbolizing that this opportunity has real growth potential and solid foundation. What strikes me most is the sense of divine timing, like the universe itself is handing you this gift. This isn't something you have to chase or struggle for. This is coming to you. The energy I'm sensing suggests a major financial opportunity or material breakthrough that's either already appeared or about to land in your world. This could manifest as a job offer with significantly better pay, an unexpected monetary gift, an investment opportunity, a business idea with serious profit potential, or resources becoming available that let you finally move forward with something important. What's really interesting here is that this ace carries the energy of something you may not have seen coming. You might have been focused elsewhere, dealing with other matters, and suddenly this appears out of nowhere. For some of you, this connects to your skills, your expertise, something you've mastered over time. Someone recognizes your value and is willing to put actual money behind it. I'm picking up that this opportunity has staying power. This isn't a quick windfall that disappears overnight. This is the seed of long-term prosperity, something that can grow into sustained abundance if you nurture it properly. The ace asks you to recognize it when it appears, to say yes even if part of you feels uncertain or undeserving. Your practical Taurus nature will want to analyze and be cautious, which is wise, but don't let overthinking cause you to miss this window. The cards are showing me that this is genuine, this is solid, and this is yours to claim. Next, I pulled the Page of Pentacles, and this card reveals the energy of focus, dedication, and learning that leads to mastery. When this page appeared right after the ace, I immediately understood that the opportunity coming your way requires your full attention and commitment. The page depicts a young figure holding a golden coin, studying it intently, completely absorbed in understanding its value and potential. Behind them is fertile earth, suggesting that what you plant now will grow abundantly. This card tells me you're being called to approach this new beginning with the mindset of a student, someone willing to learn, adapt, and put in the work. What I'm picking up is that some of you might feel like you're not quite ready for what's coming, like you need more experience or knowledge before you can succeed. But here's what the cards want you to understand. You have everything you need right now to begin. The page doesn't represent someone who already knows everything. The page represents someone willing to show up, pay attention, and commit to the process of becoming excellent. For many of you, this is about developing a new skill, studying something that increases your market value, or taking a methodical approach to building wealth. I'm sensing there's information you need to gather, research you need to do, or training you need to complete. This isn't about rushing headfirst into something. This is about being thorough, being diligent, being that person who pays attention to details others miss. The Page of Pentacles also shows me communication about money, possibly contracts, proposals, or official documents related to finances. You might receive news about a raise, an approval for funding, or information about an opportunity that requires your response. The energy here is incredibly grounded and practical. This is about taking real steps in the physical world, not just dreaming or visualizing. Your ability to stay focused, to keep your eye on long-term goals rather than getting distracted by temporary pleasures or quick fixes, this is what's going to turn that ace into something truly substantial and lasting. The Four of Cups appeared next, and at first this might seem like odd energy in a reading about abundance. But let me tell you what I'm seeing here. The Four of Cups shows a figure sitting under a tree with 3 cups in front of them, arms crossed, looking dissatisfied or lost in thought, while a 4th cup is being offered from a cloud that they don't even notice. This card reveals something crucial about your current state of mind, Taurus. From what I'm picking up, you've been so focused on what hasn't worked out, so caught up in disappointment or frustration about past situations, that you're at risk of missing the new opportunity literally being handed to you. This is the universe giving you a gentle wake-up call. I'm sensing that some of you have become a bit jaded, a bit cynical about whether things can actually improve. Maybe you've been let down before. Maybe you tried something that didn't pan out, and now you're hesitant to get your hopes up again. The emotional landscape this card reveals is one of protective detachment, where you've decided it's safer not to want too much, not to expect too much. But here's what's really going on beneath the surface. That 4th cup, the one being offered, represents the exact opportunity you've been waiting for. It's showing up differently than you expected, maybe from a source you didn't anticipate, and because it doesn't match your mental picture of how things should unfold, you're not recognizing it for what it is. The cards are urging you to snap out of this contemplative fog and look around with fresh eyes. Pay attention to what's actually in front of you right now, not what you wish was there or what you think should be there. Be present to the offers, the conversations, the possibilities emerging around you. This card also shows me that some of you are so used to struggle that you've unconsciously become comfortable with lack, and abundance actually feels unfamiliar and uncomfortable when it starts appearing. The mindset shift needed here is to release the stories you've been telling yourself about limitation and scarcity. Just because something didn't work before doesn't mean it won't work now. Just because you were overlooked in the past doesn't mean you won't be chosen now. Open your eyes and your heart, Taurus. The gift is right there, waiting for you to notice it. The Knight of Cups rode into this reading, and the energy completely shifted when I pulled this card. I felt this wave of emotion, this sense of someone whose feelings run incredibly deep. The Knight of Cups shows an armored knight on a white horse, holding a golden cup, approaching with romantic and emotional intention. This knight represents someone who's been carrying feelings for you, someone who thinks about you with genuine emotion, possibly the person the title refers to who actually cried over memories of you. What I'm picking up is that this is someone from your past, or someone currently in your life who hasn't fully expressed the depth of their feelings until now. When I tune into their energy, I'm sensing regret, longing, and a desire to make things right or to finally be honest about what you mean to them. This night brings messages, Taurus. I'm seeing communication coming your way, whether that's a text, a call, a letter, or an in-person conversation where someone opens their heart to you in a way they haven't before. The emotional and psychological insight this card reveals is that this person has been on a journey of their own, processing their feelings, possibly dealing with their own fears or insecurities that kept them from approaching you previously. They've been idealistic about you, perhaps putting you on a pedestal, seeing you as someone special, someone they let slip away or didn't appreciate fully when they had the chance. I'm getting that for some of you. This is definitely a romantic connection, an offer of love or partnership that comes with real feeling behind it. For others, this could be someone expressing appreciation, admiration, or wanting to collaborate with you because they genuinely value what you bring to the table. The tears mentioned in the title aren't tears of sadness exactly. They're tears that come from recognizing what truly matters, from feeling the weight of genuine emotion and realizing the impact of absence or distance. This person has been reflecting on you, missing your presence, your energy, your essence, the way you made them feel. What the cards want you to know is that this approach is sincere. This isn't manipulation or game playing or someone trying to use you. This night comes with authentic feeling, offering you emotional fulfillment and genuine connection. How you respond is entirely up to you and what feels right in your heart, but the universe is showing you that you are deeply valued, that your impact on others is more profound than you might realize. Now, the Eight of Cups appeared, and there's a bittersweet quality to this card that we need to explore. The Eight of Cups shows a figure walking away from 8 stacked cups, leaving them behind to climb toward mountains in the distance, with a waning moon overhead, suggesting reflection and emotional maturity earned through experience. This card represents emotional departure, walking away from what no longer serves you, choosing spiritual and emotional growth over comfortable familiarity. When I pulled this card, I felt the weight of decisions you've had to make, Taurus. I'm sensing that part of your journey to this upcoming abundance required you to leave something behind. Maybe you walked away from a relationship that was draining you, a job that undervalued you, a living situation that kept you stuck, or patterns of behavior that were holding you back from your highest potential. This wasn't an easy decision. Those cups represent emotional investment, time spent, energy given, memories created, and turning your back on all of that took real courage. The energy I'm picking up is that some of you are still processing this departure, still wondering if you made the right choice, still feeling the grief of what you left behind, even though you know logically it was necessary for your growth. Here's what the cards want you to understand. That walk you took, that brave decision to choose yourself and your evolution over comfort and familiarity, that's what opened the door to everything that's coming now. The universe couldn't bring you the abundance and opportunities we've been seeing in this reading while you were still energetically attached to situations that diminished you or kept you playing small. You had to create space first. You had to clear out the old to make room for the new. And I know it's been lonely at times, this journey toward the mountains, this pursuit of something higher and more meaningful than what you were settling for. But the Eight of Cups is showing me that you're almost at a turning point. You've climbed far enough that the view is changing. You can start to see what you were walking toward, not just what you were walking away from. For some of you, this card is actually showing a departure that still needs to happen. There's something you're still clinging to out of habit or fear, and the cards are gently suggesting it's time to release it. Trust that what's truly meant for you won't require you to abandon yourself or compromise your core values. The Empress came through next, and Taurus, this is your card, this is your energy, and seeing her appear here feels so significant. The Empress sits on a throne surrounded by abundant nature, ripe grain ready for harvest, a flowing river, lush trees, and she's pregnant with creative potential and manifestation power. She wears a crown of stars and holds a scepter, representing her authority and her connection to divine feminine creative force. This card is all about fertility, abundance, creativity, nurturing, and bringing things to full fruition through patience and care. What strikes me about the Empress appearing in your reading is that she's showing you who you're becoming, the energy you're stepping into right now. I'm sensing that you've been in a phase of gestation, where things have been developing beneath the surface, growing in the darkness before they emerge into visible reality. The Empress says that germination period is complete. You're ready to birth your creations, your projects, your dreams into the world. For some of you, this is literally about pregnancy or children, wanting to start a family or expand your family in the coming months. But for most of you, this is about creative and material abundance manifesting simultaneously in beautiful harmony. The Empress represents wealth that comes from creation, from bringing something into being that has genuine value and serves others. This could be a business you're launching, art you're creating, a service you're providing, anything where you're using your natural gifts and talents to generate prosperity while doing what you love. What I'm picking up is that the Empress wants you to trust your instincts, your intuition, your body wisdom. You know what needs to happen next. You can feel it in your bones. The practical manifestation of this energy is about taking action on the ideas that have been percolating in your mind and heart, saying yes to collaborations that feel nourishing and mutually beneficial, and allowing yourself to be visible in your full power without shrinking or hiding. The Empress doesn't hide or diminish herself. She doesn't apologize for her abundance or her beauty or her fertility or her success. She simply exists in her natural state of overflow, and the world responds to that authentic presence with appreciation and resources. You're being called to embody that same confidence, to show up as someone who expects good things, who creates good things, who magnetizes resources and opportunities through the sheer force of your creative life energy and grounded presence. The Queen of Swords cut through the reading with her sharp clarity, and I have to tell you, when she appeared, I felt this surge of respect and recognition of power. The Queen of Swords sits on her throne with her sword raised, pointing toward truth, with clouds swirling around her, indicating her realm of thought, communication, and mental mastery. Her face shows someone who has weathered storms, experienced loss, learned hard lessons, and emerged with unshakable clarity about what matters and what doesn't. This queen represents intellectual authority, clear communication, seeing through deception and manipulation, and making decisions from a place of wisdom rather than reactive emotion. What I'm picking up is that you, Taurus, have developed this Queen of Swords energy through your experiences and challenges. You're not naive anymore. You're not easily fooled or swayed by pretty words without substance behind them. You can spot inauthentic people and situations from a mile away because you've learned what red flags look like. This card is showing me that part of why the abundance is coming to you now is because you've earned the discernment and wisdom to handle it properly. You won't be taken advantage of. You won't make foolish decisions based on flattery or empty promises or people telling you what you want to hear. The Queen of Swords thinks strategically. She asks the hard questions that others are afraid to ask. She reads contracts carefully. She doesn't let emotions override logic when it comes to important decisions about money, business, or significant commitments. I'm sensing that this energy is going to serve you incredibly well as opportunities start arriving in your life. You'll be able to evaluate them clearly, choose what's genuinely beneficial, and decline what's dressed up nicely but lacks real substance or integrity. There's also another layer to this card. The Queen of Swords can indicate that you need to have some difficult but necessary conversations. Maybe you need to set boundaries with someone who's been overstepping or taking advantage of your kindness. Maybe you need to speak your truth about a situation that's been bothering you. Maybe you need to advocate for yourself, state your worth clearly, or negotiate for what you actually deserve rather than accepting whatever's offered. The guidance here is to use your words as precision instruments. Be clear, be direct, be respectful, but don't soften your message so much that it loses all impact. People need to understand where you stand, what you will and won't accept, what you bring to the table. The Queen of Swords doesn't waste time with people who don't value her contributions. She doesn't explain herself endlessly to those who are determined to misunderstand or underestimate her. The King of Cups arrived with this beautiful, mature, emotional energy, and I immediately felt the balance between feeling and wisdom that this king embodies so perfectly. The King of Cups sits on his throne, which floats on turbulent water, yet he remains calm and centered, completely unshaken by the chaos around him. He holds a cup in one hand and a scepter in the other, showing his mastery over both the emotional realm and the material realm, both feeling and power. Fish and ships appear in the water around him, indicating the vast depths of emotion he's navigated and the journey he's traveled to reach this level of mastery. This king represents emotional intelligence, compassion, generosity, and being able to navigate feelings without being overwhelmed or controlled by them. When I look at this card in the context of your reading, I'm seeing this as energy you're embodying, or someone entering your life who carries these valuable qualities. What's really interesting is how this king relates to that Knight of Cups we saw earlier. If the Knight was about emotional expression and romantic gestures and the initial rush of feeling, the king is about sustainable emotional maturity and long-term commitment grounded in reality. I'm picking up that you're being called to lead with emotional wisdom as your abundance grows and your life expands. This means being generous without being foolish, being compassionate without being a doormat, being open-hearted while maintaining healthy boundaries that protect your energy. The King of Cups can handle other people's emotions without taking them on as his own burden. He can be supportive without being responsible for fixing everyone else's problems or managing their feelings for them. He gives from overflow, not from depletion. As wealth and opportunities flow to you, people are going to show up with needs, requests, sob stories, and expectations about what you should do with your resources. The King of Cups energy teaches you how to discern between genuine need and manipulation, between true collaboration and exploitation disguised as friendship. I'm also sensing that this king represents an actual person, possibly a mentor, benefactor, or romantic partner, who's going to play a significant role in this chapter of abundance and expansion. This is someone who has resources, emotional depth, and genuine care for your well-being and success. They offer support that's stable and reliable, not dramatic or conditional on you meeting certain expectations. For some of you, this is about becoming this king yourself, stepping into a role of leadership or influence where your emotional maturity and wisdom become assets that attract even more success and respect. The Four of Wands appeared as we near the end, and Taurus, this is the celebration energy we've been building toward throughout this entire reading. The Four of Wands shows 4 wooden posts decorated with flowers and fruit, with people celebrating beneath them, often at a gathering, homecoming, or festival marking something significant. This card represents achievement, celebration, stability, reaching a milestone, and experiencing joy after hard work and dedication. When this card appeared, I felt this wave of relief and happiness wash over me, like everything I've been sensing throughout this reading is confirmed and sealed. You're heading toward a period of genuine celebration, of recognition, of reaping rewards, of stability finally arriving after a time of uncertainty and struggle. What I'm picking up is that this Four of Wands represents multiple forms of abundance coming together simultaneously in your life. This could be a literal celebration, a wedding, an engagement, an anniversary, a housewarming, a promotion party, something where you're honored and celebrated for your achievements and what you've built. But it's also about the feeling of home, of belonging, of having built something solid and lasting that you can count on and feel proud of. I'm sensing that for many of you, this is about financial stability finally clicking into place in a way it hasn't before. You've been working toward this for so long, juggling responsibilities, making sacrifices, staying committed when it would have been so much easier to give up or take shortcuts. And the Four of Wands is the universe's way of saying your foundation is secure now. You can exhale. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can invite others to celebrate with you without fear that it will all disappear. The energy here is communal and warm. You're not experiencing this abundance in isolation. There are people who genuinely care about your success, who want to share in your joy, who've been rooting for you all along, even when things looked difficult. This card often appears when it's time to acknowledge how far you've come, to mark the completion of a significant phase, to honor your growth and transformation. I'm also picking up that some of you are going to experience this as a sense of arrival, finally feeling like you're where you're supposed to be, doing what you're meant to do with the people who truly value you for who you are. So Taurus, as we come to the end of this reading, I want you to really take in what the cards have revealed. You're standing at the threshold of remarkable abundance, Wealth that goes beyond just money to include emotional fulfillment, recognition, celebration, and genuine connection with people who matter. The journey here required you to release what wasn't serving you, to develop discernment and wisdom through experience, to stay focused on your goals even when it felt like nothing was moving forward. But everything was moving just beneath the surface, building momentum for this moment. That person who cried for your memory, they represent the emotional impact you have on others, the way you matter more than you know. The opportunities landing in your path are real and substantial. Your job now is to stay present, to recognize blessings when they appear, even if they look different than you expected, to use both your emotional intelligence and your practical wisdom as you make decisions. Release the fear-based patterns of scarcity and control. Step into the abundant, creative, generous energy of the Empress. Speak your truth with the clarity of the Queen of Swords and lead with the emotional maturity of the King of Cups. And when the victories start rolling in, let yourself celebrate fully with gratitude and joy. This is your time, Taurus. Everything you've been building is about to pay off in ways that exceed your imagination.